All right, ladies and gentlemen, in today's success interview, we're going to be talking to Noah Mittman, who was able to grow his video business from literally being completely broke and having no money to now over $25,000 a month. Absolutely crazy, but let's listen in. All right, Noah, thanks for taking the time. I'm actually super excited for this one because of the crazy growth that you had. To get this started, first of all, who are you? Where are you from? And how long have you been making videos?
Yeah, hi. Thanks for having me. Um, so I my company's Snowman Films. I've had it since 2012. Doing freelance and stuff for quite a few years, and then 2018, 2019 started to get some success with a subscription program, but it was like charging like 300 bucks a video, so it was not, the level that I needed to be. Then COVID hit and wiped me out almost completely. Well, it did, yeah. All the clients were gone, and it took me until uh, I basically started this program to kind of get back on my feet. Other
Damn.
than, working PA jobs for, 250 for a 14-hour day. Um, but yeah,
Disgusting.
been making videos since high school. So I got started in like 2006, and then took me till 2012 to realize that I was good enough to do it professionally, and been grinding ever since.
Nice, nice. And you're based where exactly?
Oh yeah. So I'm in the mountains of Evergreen, Colorado, which actually is what the success story has been the key to the niche is mountain marketing for businesses.
Interesting, interesting. I mean, yeah, let's get started in the beginning because I actually want to share my screen here because you started with us in August 2023, right?
Yeah.
And
Yeah, the
back
first real
then,
month I remember was doing September.
yeah, yeah, or September. And back then, I mean, I pulled this up here. You put in your revenue when you started with us was $2,000 a month, and your revenue
Yeah.
goal was $20,000 a month. So like you wanted to 10x your revenue. And
Yeah,
now,
I did.
question for the viewers here, like what's been your revenue last month?
So that's right. This is the last day of the month. So technically, so I'm getting a check on Saturday. This is Thursday. I'm gonna count that towards this revenue because
Fair
it's all
enough.
part of the same project. But I'm coming up on 30K this month, which is mind blowing.
So yeah, so let me get this straight. You started in September last year, which is what, like 8 months ago?
Yeah.
And you went from 2K a month to $30,000 in a month. And like
Yeah.
that's absolutely mind-boggling. Like I hear this
Yeah.
story, is like, what the fuck? It's
And
crazy.
and there's a
How does it
possibility
feel?
now. Oh, it feels amazing. I mean, it's to actually have money in the checking account and or even better, enough money in the checking account that I can actually get a credit card for day-to-day expenses so I can build my credit every day and know that there's, money in the account. Uh it's it's small stuff. It's, well, I mean, not small stuff, but it's like, going to the grocery store, not worrying about how much we're spending. Having a night out with the family and knowing that even if we spend 200 bucks, it's covered. Um,
Yeah,
it's
that's the best.
it's it's all I've ever wanted.
Nice, nice. And what I mean, how did you get here? Like being at 2K a month for probably the longest time. And
Yeah, it was
then
between like two and four, and it was just, sometimes there was enough for half of rent. My wife covers the other half. Sometimes,
yeah.
it was a struggle for a lot of years.
Hmm.
This has been the first um this has been the first year, it's like the last 2 or 3 months here that we've really had two incomes. Because either I'm working or she's working, and it was always this Tetris thing of like stress and, are we gonna make it? And being, 6 months behind on the electricity bill, and
Oh,
we even
damn.
got a power shut off for 3 days.
Crazy. And now you
Yeah.
did make it. Now
And
it's
now
like,
I just paid off the entire electricity bill that we were behind on in one payment.
there we go. That's what it's all about. I always say, like, I mean, obviously in this industry, right, a lot is, oh, how to make more money as a videographer, how to make more money as a videographer, how to hit 10K, blah, blah, blah. But at the end of the day, it's not about the money. It's not about, oh, let's get freaking rich. It's about what
Right.
that money does for you. And I feel
Oh
like
yeah.
what you're expressing right now is it gets you a lot of freedom, right?
And I mean, freedom is the reason that can't, I know I I have to do this. I can't have like a 9 to 5. I've tried it in the past, didn't work out because I what I always say is the idea of me asking for time off and it not being granted, I would just quit.
Yeah, fair
Like
enough.
I I can't do that. So no, freedom has been the goal for everything. So
Yeah.
yeah, I always say like we're yes, I choose my hours, and yes, I can take, 2 hours off in the afternoon to go bike ride, but I also will grind out a 15 to 18 hour day when it's needed.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. And we just talked about it before. You said it off camera. Like today, you're going to a mini golf networking event, and then the
Yeah,
day before, you did like
yeah,
a
exactly. I literally
sunset
joined
shoot on your bike, and you call it
I
work.
joined my fourth chamber of commerce, which has really been working for me because of the mountain communities. It's really like it's not like a city chamber
Yeah,
of commerce where there's
yeah,
just so much. There's actually community in the mountains, and we're proud of it. So yeah, joining that, and then literally, I was like, oh, the next day there's a mini golf networking thing. I was like, okay, here we
let's
go.
do
And
it.
then yeah, yesterday. So speaking of chamber of commerce, I have a 12-month contract with my town's chamber of commerce, Evergreen. Um, and the current video we're working on is showing off, it's for tourism. So it's like the reasons to come to Evergreen. We're doing a hiking trail video, which I'm going to be mixing time lapses of trailhead signs with GoPro footage on the trails. And I was literally out yesterday at Magic Hour with a GoPro taped to my hat because I'm waiting for a mount to come in and getting and riding my bike and getting paid footage. And it was gorgeous. And I got home and I was like, I just got paid to ride my bike at Magic Hour. What the hell?
That's what's up. That's what's up. I mean, now you're in a pretty cool position, but it was hard to get here. I
Oh my
remember because like
God.
in the
I've
beginning,
been kicked
and
in the teeth so many times, man.
yeah, and you just said like, yeah, you're free. You can choose your own hours and stuff. But in the beginning, was it really freedom when you didn't make that money, or was it just
No,
like
it's pure
pure terror?
stress. It's pure
Yeah.
stress. It's yeah, I mean, I've always slept well at night, but I could easily I'll say this. I'm way more used to having $100 or less to my name than 1,000. That
Wow.
was more the norm. Hey, dogs, shush. Sorry. And cut it out. That's more than normal than having like this is literally even in the program. Like I joined in September, and um, it was going right into winter, which here with snow and with everything, like it's just hard to drum up new business. So like I had like I think November was like a 10K month, which I was definitely happy about. And then
Hmm.
December, January, it dropped off a bit because that's naturally what happens here. It's now with the retainers that I have, that's not going to be as much of a problem. But
Yeah.
um, it took me until I think April to really kind of get it started again, which
Yeah.
we're used to. Like even for my wife, she runs a carpentry business. That's the slow season. That's just, you got to hunker down. But December, Christmas wasn't a problem. Like we got December covered. January was a little bit harder. And then now, I knew once I made it past that, and that was just like it's a hard time to join the program because I'm doing the stuff. It's just you don't get responses back sometimes.
Yeah.
But now, yeah, as soon as spring started to hit, I'll tell you what, the Trojan horses have been massively success, and especially Trojan horses with the context of being in the same community.
Yeah. That
Of
makes
like, hey,
sense.
I was at this networking event. Are you still doing this? And I literally, that's what I'm leading with in my Trojan horses. Actually, here, I'll give you the script that I've been saying.
Yeah. Interesting.
Um,
And for anybody watching this who's asking themselves like, what the fuck is a Trojan horse? It's basically
join the
one
program.
of the outreach strategies that we teach in the Video Business Academy. That we talk.
Exactly. So
Um,
literally, like my Trojan horse is, um, I run, hey, so and so, I run a video marketing company in Evergreen, and I'm trying to connect with people in the Jeffco area, which is my local county, to build my network of awesome people. Are you still selling blank?
Yeah. Yeah. Got it.
And
And
that
that,
just gives them, it's not just a random person. It's like, oh, you're local. And by the way, I've gotten a lot of calls that were like, hey, we agreed to this because you're local and we try to work with local
yeah, it
people.
makes sense. It makes sense, especially like if you are in a smaller kind of community, and there is this actual community familiar factor, you
Yeah.
would be stupid to not capitalize on it. So that's just a
That's
smart move. It's genius.
yeah. Well, and that's the whole Chamber of Commerce thing. Like when I was, we call it down the hill, which is like Denver area.
Yeah.
When I was down there, I was in networking groups, which was, a lot of just the same types of people, but it wasn't as you could, there was a bunch of, you would see the same people, they do the same pitches. Like it was kind of just this monotonous thing.
Hmm.
Then I get to the mountains and there's actually mini golf and, all these like actual fun things to do. And
Hmm.
people are excited and they want to support because you're in the small town. And it works great.
Yeah, makes sense. So I wonder, what was the main thing for you, the main learning or main
Let
key
me pause
takeaway?
1 second to let the dogs out so they don't bother us
Yeah, all
again.
good. All good. That's how it is. That's how it is. So, what was the main thing from VBA, the main key takeaway, the main learning that you would say got you from the 2K months to now 30K months?
Yeah, I think the biggest thing the discovery call script has been amazing. Following those questions. I do, I don't ask all the questions. I'll sometimes ask more, sometimes ask less whenever, I can feel the momentum of the call or whatever. But part of that, the anchoring high with asking, saying, hey, our normal is like 15 to 20K. Obviously, a lot of people freak out on that, but that gets me usually if they were thinking like 500 for a video, that'll get me into the thousands.
Yeah,
That's been absolutely massive. And
proper
I
framing.
even had one call where they're like, "Oh yeah, cool." I was
Yeah,
like, "What?"
yeah. And then it's like jackpot.
Like
Nice.
my biggest project to date, I'm literally editing on today. It's a fundraising video for a gala for a medical foundation.
Nice.
Um, and so it's a 10K deal, and I started out with that, and originally we kind of we're planning on the 1 to 5K range, and then I get an email from the client who we're trying to pitch the board basically, where he's like, hey, just for shits and giggles, let's throw a 10K option in there. And I was like, absolutely. Knew exactly how to tee it up. Here's where you get the drone and the time lapse and all the extra stuff, and they went for it. So working
Yeah.
on the biggest deal I have to date, and if this goes well, they're potentially interested in a retainer. I'm hoping for 10K, which would be life changing.
Yeah, there we go. There we
Yeah.
go. That's what's up. Nice. Um, for people who are watching this right now, I mean, look, the main thought that's going through a videographer's head when they hear a story like this, most likely is like, yeah, right. There's this Noah guy, right? He met this Nick guy on the internet like 6, 7, 8 months ago. And suddenly he's going from 2K a month to 30K a month, which for most
No, I
videographers
know that
is
sounds insane.
unimaginable.
Yeah,
Um, what
obviously.
would you tell such a person? Because I mean, scam alert, right? How can that be real?
First thing I'll say is go to snowmanfilms.net. I'm fucking real. You're fine. It literally on the top of the banner says we're your mountain marketing experts. And yeah, I mean, there's so many. I get it. Listen, that was my answer to COVID was doing online courses. I didn't have the success, background that you did. So mine flopped and it's fine. But definitely the people that are skeptical, like there's just, I mean, there's just, you can't fake testimonials. Maybe you can, but
You
like that was
could.
my main thing. Yeah, you could, but like that many, it's like people who say the moon landing is fake. I'm like, oh yeah, hundreds of thousands or thousands of people trying to keep a secret for that many years for no reason. Like, no, that doesn't make sense. So just, on the website, that was a big thing for me when I was, because I was shopping around. I knew that I needed a help with video business specifically. And of course, as soon as you search one, all the ads pop up, which I was like,
course.
yeah, cool, bring them on. Um, saw the website, saw the all the testimonials. Obviously everybody's kind of promising the same thing, but having the real people to back it up, having your YouTube channel, we have shows like this where it's like real stories, like that's real. And it is by far, VBA is by far the most affordable of the programs like this. Everything else starts out at probably 15 to 20K, which when you're broke just doesn't make, you can't do it. Like,
Yeah, it's hard.
it was a stretch for me to do it, but like I had a my business partner helped out, and he was literally like, after we finished, he was like, how was the ROI on this? It was like, how was the ROI on the original payment? I was like, dude, at least 120K, because you're trying to get to 10K months. So once you hit close to that level, like it pays for itself so fast.
Yeah,
If
100%.
you do the work. If you do the work.
I was just about to say.
I finished, I flew through it. I think because there's not when you don't have work, there's nothing else to do. So
There.
when you don't know the reach out strategies. So that first week I probably did 2 modules, like, or finished the first 2 things. Like I was just like, okay, made the investment, let's do this. And it's a lot, it's work, man. But again, it's like there's no better work to do. Like when it gets hard in the program that this is what it takes to achieve that. I was like, I
Mhm.
know this is like, okay, this is hard. This is, a lot of really intense, truthful conversations with myself of like tiredness and all that. I'm like, no, 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 this is what it takes to get to the next level.
Yeah. And it takes you to show up, which you did. Like in
Yeah.
in the live calls, the coaching calls, you were in there all the time. I saw you
Oh yeah.
again and again and again and again, and we had great conversations. You asked great questions, and that's where I see the difference between somebody who is seeing a lot of success and somebody who's seeing a bit less success. Is
Yeah.
being active, showing up, being there daily, consistently, doing the work, and that you did. So therefore, well deserved. You know.
Thank you. And honestly, I mean, there's a difference for me, and everybody online talks about this with um actually doing it. Actually, they say like 99% of people, even if you buy, don't take action. I'm like,
Yeah.
well, this is what I'm here for. Like,
Yeah.
I am in this thing, I invested, and I have specific questions, and I made it to where I can get answers. So yeah, I jumped in with both feet because that's what you got to do.
Yeah, makes perfect sense. And what would you say was the hardest thing? Because it wasn't an easy, smooth ride to go from
Yeah.
2K to 30K.
No, the the reach out, the level of the amount of reach out is tough day to day.
Mhm.
I still, when I have a full shoot day, remembering that still need, so a couple things. The level of reach out. So like knowing that even when you have a 12-hour day scheduled, you still have to make time for sales.
Mhm.
Um, and reach out is exhausting, but that is, I mean, I know that with the habits that I have set up now, and I still miss some days, I naturally, but like I know that no matter what happens, I can go back to the reach out, get new leads, talk to old clients, all that stuff, and there is money to go get, even
Yeah.
if I'm seeing a pause. So like
So you now
that's, I
basically
think,
have like a predictable system of getting clients.
yeah, yeah. It's even if I, hear back from like 1 in 20, there's still forward movement there.
And
That
worst
I
case
that I'm in
scenario,
charge of. That
yes.
I'm, it's not, it's like my favorite thing is when somebody asks for my business card, which I never had. I got it because we're in the mountains and like it actually works here.
Yeah.
But again, I'll give them the business card and I'll be like, "Can I have yours?" Because
Mhm.
you're not going to call. I almost guarantee it, and I will.
Yeah, yeah, that's exactly what it's about, and that's what videographers and creatives in general are usually afraid of is being proactive because they feel
Yeah,
like they're needy. But if you're proactive, and you're just trying to help and you're going at it from a helping perspective, it's so different. Like people
Yeah.
appreciate it when you're proactive.
So much, so much. And I know it's like it's the most cliche thing to say because I've heard it 1,000 times, but creatives, guys, you following up with somebody 10 times and you think they hate you, as soon as you get them on the phone, almost every single time, oh my God, thank you so much for the follow-up. Like
Yeah.
I've been meaning to call. Like they really, really appreciate it because
Yep.
most people don't.
Yeah, and the thing is, you're not on their like you're not on their priority list in the
No,
top
they're
spot.
living their life, especially
They
successful
need
people.
you. Exactly. They need you, but it's not that urgent, most likely. So that's
Yeah.
why you need to keep hammering their phones, right? And you need
Well,
to
and
stay on their
even
mind.
even the follow-up system from VBA of like you wait, do it every other day so you're not just like there is a break. That's the other thing that I've realized with the higher level of sales is patience is actually a big thing.
Yeah.
So like I had a call yesterday where um I was waiting to hear back on a budget and she still didn't know and she was like, "Hey, I have to talk to my, the director on this." I did get kind of a range from her, but like we're gonna regroup in a month.
Hmm.
And those when you're broke are really, really hard to deal with. You're like, oh
Yeah.
no, I need to, but like as
Yeah, you're
soon as
needy.
you get
It's
any
funny.
freedom, oh, you're 100% needy. You need it. But that's why having so many options, like when you have 50 to 80 people in your pipeline of like, you have stuff to do.
Yeah. Yeah, facts. Plus, worst case scenario, you still can fall back on your retainer contracts that you have. Like if
Right.
in case you don't close anything, you still have the retainers client going. And because of that, you're way less needy because okay,
Yeah.
bills are paid basically.
And I think another key thing with that is starting from basically zero where I was when I started the program, getting, you know, even if you don't get I didn't start with the 10K budget. I just got that. I have three retainers right now, right around the $1,000 level. So that was a big thing that that I asked in one of the calls was like, hey, um, I know we want to get here, but like, what should my bottom be? They're like, well, you need money. So let close what you can close right now, and then eventually either you can raise the prices or if you want to hook them up, whatever. But like,
Yeah.
I get you got to get deals done first, even if it's on a smaller level, and then you have a little bit of stability where like I know basic bills are covered with three retainers. Now I can go, now I can say no to $500 projects.
Yeah. Yeah, facts. Facts. To somebody who's watching this right now, who is in the situation that broke Noah was in bunch of months ago, what would you tell them as some words of inspiration?
Oh, yeah. I think there was a bit of luck for me with starting it. I would not have been able to afford the original cost. But is there monthly on the VBA now, a monthly payment plan?
There are payment plans, yeah, that we have.
Okay, yeah. So commit to that. Even I just joined VBP and that's a bigger number, but I know that I can handle the monthly payment on that. Especially, and even if the monthly payment's scary for you, um, if you're doing the work, you're gonna it's gonna happen faster. If you do the monthly and then you don't do the work, then yeah, duh. But like, um, listen, being successful is a lot of work and being broke is a lot of work and way more stress.
True,
So like either
true.
if if you don't have the video projects coming in, your full-time job is reach out, period.
What's interesting is you say you were lucky, but I remember you took a loan from somebody to
Yeah.
pay for it, and you had the guts to do that. You trusted that this is gonna work, and then you put
And
in
I
the
had to
work
pay
to make
interest
it
on
work.
it when I paid it back.
There we go. So
I had almost a
you
thousand
took
dollars
it
in interest, which I'm
seriously.
fine with.
Exactly. So you took it seriously and you wanted to make this work and you didn't hide yourself like behind like, oh, I don't have the money. Maybe I can do it
Yeah.
in like 6 months. But you found the solution, you took action, and that's why you're where you are at now.
I guess what I say I was lucky I had access to somebody who could help with the money.
Yeah.
Um,
But
So, you know,
everybody has
he's a
that
bit, but
in
he's
some
also a
way,
business
shape, or
partner.
form. Yeah, but
Yeah,
everybody
exactly. But
has it
like
in
you
some
make
way,
it
shape, or
happen.
form. I mean,
Yeah, yeah,
look,
yeah,
there's
yeah.
family,
Even if it's your
there's
parents,
friends,
fuck it.
there's yeah, there's other people. There's you can literally go out on the street and ask people. You can
If you
get a
have
bank
good
loan, you can
credit,
get a
go get a
credit
bank
card, like
loan.
whatever.
Yeah. No, exactly. And that's, and when you finally get in and you do the work, which you can either sit here stressing about, not having the work, or you can have a path to, you know, not say proven, but like there's a lot of people that have had success with this. Yeah, you got when you can take that leap and do the work, it just again, there's stuff to do. You're not just waiting for the phone to ring, which a lot of creatives do, and it's not a fun
Yeah.
place to be.
Yeah, we actually just did the numbers recently, and we now have over 500 people who made it. So
Holy
if
sh!
500 videographers have
Wow.
made it, like, dudes,
That
sorry,
do you
but
understand how insane that is?
it's a lot
Like,
of people.
what was the numbers on the top 1% of videographers for revenue?
So if you're making 10K or more a month, you're in the top 1%.
To have 500 creatives that have done that is mind blowing.
You know what's funny?
550
Yeah, you know
is
what's funny?
crazy.
What I'm thinking is if we continue going at this rate, at a certain stage, that 1% number is gonna go up because we're creating too many rich
It's true.
creatives.
It's true. And I've never romanticized the starving artist thing.
Yeah.
It pisses it I fucking hate being broke. I really do. It's not fun.
There.
It's like, oh,
Really is
I'm
not.
doing the whole thing. I'm like, listen, I got two kids. I got, rent. We have to like they've never gone hungry, luckily, but like there's definitely been ramen weeks.
Yeah.
Because both, we're both me and my wife run our own businesses, so it's like it's a gamble, but like don't you don't need you can have I like the Remit Sessi thing, like you can have a rich life and be a creative. Like it's totally possible. And again, like building if you can build it the right way for what you enjoy doing, like me getting paid to put a GoPro on my helmet and ride my mountain bike is insane. But like you can set that up and you just
Yeah.
have to be strategic about it, and you have to, and again, exactly what the program does. Choose your niche. I didn't even niche down that far, to be honest. I have a ton of different types of clients. They just happen. My niche happens to be my area where I live
Yeah,
because
fair.
it's the mountain thing. Like it would be way different if I was in a city. You would have to, I also I like having different types of videos. I get bored quickly.
Fair.
So, yeah, but no, I mean, and now even, just the thing I started yesterday, which was following your lead because I love your skits that you do for your content. And literally, I'm reading Gary Vee's new book, Day Trading Attention, and he says the same shit. He's like, try stuff out, figure out what your niche is. Okay, I'm in the mountains. I'm gonna start making stuff like local to the mountains. So I
Yeah,
made this
makes
elk,
sense.
reacting to dumb tourists, uh, trying to screw with elk that get hurt, and it's done 13,000 views in like 9 hours.
Makes perfect
So I'm
sense.
like, okay. And now, by the way, I did research on this through the community Facebook pages. I have 50 other ideas.
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah,
Nice. And then you DM everybody who interacted with the video and you're getting new
100%.
clients from it. Easy.
It's and it's the whole thing like organic, which now again it's perfect because I joined the next level, and now my question is okay, cool. How specific? I know I need to retarget, or I know I need to create ads out of the winners on this content, but how do I transition that? And guess who does that really well? You.
And I'm gonna help you with it.
And you're gonna help me. So it's like here's the thing, like this is what really clicked to me when just before I joined VBA was like, you need to pay, like, YouTube's fine, but paying for a mentor, paying to get into the rooms to ask the right questions, to get the right answers is just the best possible investment you can
Yeah,
make in yourself.
true.
Um, getting, you know, when it's proven, when it's, there's a community there, when it's like, okay, like you've been where I'm being, you need to jump in and get those answers because it's going to take you by yourself 10 years longer than, and a whole lot more heartbreak than just getting the right answer. Because I tried it for a long time and I didn't get very far.
It's a shortcut.
Yeah.
Nice. Thank you for sharing your story. As a last question, where can people find you online?
Yeah. Snowmanfilms.net is my website. I'm pretty much Snowman Films everywhere.
Instagram.
YouTube, yeah, Instagram, Snowman Films, TikTok, Snowman Films, YouTube, I think it's the Snowman Films, but if you search Noah Mittman, Snowman Films, you'll find it. Facebook, I'm on all the socials, except for, I don't know, like Snapchat and shit.
Nice.
But yeah,
Noah,
check me out. I am, again, you can see I literally pivoted from like some generic, we make your business come alive to like mountains. That's where I'm going
niche,
after. And that's
niche
made
down.
all the difference, I'm telling you.
Nice, nice. Noah, thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for taking the time. And
Thank
yeah,
you,
let's
dude.
let's
Thank
hit
you
the let's hit the
for
50K month soon.
changing my life, man. This is it's I'm buying a new computer next week
Let's
for
go.
like and like a fully loaded like $6,000 computer. That's
And
which
you
I've
don't have to
needed
feel bad about it.
for oh no, not at all. Because it's so 6K out of the 10K I'm getting. I still have we have a savings account now. Like I've never had a savings account.
There you go.
Anyway, but yeah, changed my life. Can't thank you enough, and to the listeners, can't recommend this enough. It's take the jump, man.
Appreciate it, man. All right, thank you for taking the time to watching this entire success interview. I'm pretty sure you got inspired by it. And if you did, and you realized, hey, I want to make $10,000 a month, I want to be able to grow a business like Noah has, then just simply click the link below this video in the description or the video that is linked around me, and I'll teach you how.